Hello everyone, my name is Evan Sarnas. Thank you all for attending. Did you know that 9 out of 10 businesses fail? That is 90% of all businesses. For us to not be part of that 90%, but part of the 10% successful businesses, I'm going to teach you the 3 crucial steps. In my experience, I found out that a great idea does not promise great results. In my case, I was working with a novelty ice cream product that I thought was going to be $1 million idea. Turns out, when I met with a leading executive in the industry, he told me my idea was great, but the market was not. The market I was getting into was unprofitable. With all the research I've done, with the time and money I've spent, with the hours of hard work, I ultimately realized that my market research wasn't as good as I thought it was. That's why I'm going to teach you guys the crucial steps to forming business. Because you might think that you are taking the right procedures in the steps of fundamentals of business, but you might not be, just like I wasn't. As college students, we're also still learning the ins and outs of business. We learn from online courses, from professors, to people in the actual industry of business. But for the best advice I can give is we need to know the fundamental steps before we dazzle with the harder courses, harder experiments, and harder investment strategies. The first step in creating a successful business is generating an idea. To generate an idea, we need to have a product or service in a filled or unfulfilled market that will satisfy a need or want. This is according to Lumen Learnings. Now, if we look here, this is the first ever computer made by Steve Jobs. This computer made a unfulfilled market that he created have a want. Now, if we look here, Mary Anderson has created the windshield wiper. This created a need in a fulfilled market. Now, for inventors, we need a passion for inventing. We need to be in something that interests us. For example, my grandpa was very well into entertaining people. So what did he do? He created a catering hall about 30 years ago in Brooklyn. He took his passion for entertaining and he brought that to customers in a marketplace. The perfect example for that would be Michael Jordan. He created the Air Jordan collection. Why? Because he had a passion for basketball. Arguably one of the best basketball players to play the game. So he took his passion and ran with it. $1 billion company. According to entrepreneur.com, we need to use the better, cheaper, and faster approach. What is entrepreneur.com trying to say? Faster, easier approach? Modify. We need to modify the products. So if we look here, iPhone 1 compared to the 2020 iPhone 11. Years of modification to make it great. According to Gear Geek, 55% of the NHL is using the Bauer Vapor ice skates. We had to modify the skates, though, to make them better. So what did the NHL do? They took the normal Vapor skates and they made them to a custom fit. So here's the 2018 Bauer Vapors, and here are the custom 2020 Bauer Vapors that 55% of the NHL is using now compared to 2018. Modification is what keeps business going. It's making products better. It's making customers happier. Now we have the idea down, but now we need to get to step 2. Step 2 is going to be the action. The best action we can take will be the market research. Market research is crucial. If we don't do the proper market research, like myself, we're going to be left in a upset. So, A perfect example for market research is Ford. As a trucker company, they came up with the Ford Focus. They thought to themselves a Ford Focus would help generate more profit. According to their market research, it's the opposite. Their company was known as a trucker company, and they were authentic to their truckers. Through the market research, they realized that their truckers were going to Ram, GMC, and not Ford. That's why they discontinued the Ford Focus to appeal to their target market. Without proper market research, they would not have known who their target market was. Along with cost and manufacturing all across the world, market research is very important. It gives you the best. Here's an example of myself. Here is a 50-slide PowerPoint that I wasted all my time with because I didn't do market research thoroughly. So far, we have the idea generation, we have the action, which was market research. Now the third step is going to be capital. How are we going to get money for our product or service? According to my advisor, Norman Gray, during my internship at Vanessa Research, he told me there's 3 sources for getting money. That's going to be your friends and family, 1. 2 would be angel investors. And 3, the sharks, which are called the venture capitalists. So the best way for easy access to money, especially for college students, will be family and friends. So here's a picture, simply, of a man or boy getting money from his dad. An example I would use here is himself trying to start a small business for like a barber shop or like a hair salon or even like a video game shop. Something simple, a small proprietorship for himself. Now, an angel investor is the second middleman stage for getting money. This is someone who is established in business, who has extra money they're wanting to lend out for a percentage in someone's business or service. So a perfect example of this would be Kevin O'Leary. Kevin O'Leary on Shark Tank signed a deal with one of his contestants on the show for a business product. So as an angel investor, he has that money to give to that man for a percentage in the company. And lastly, you have the venture capitalists, which are the people that work for big corporations that basically people go to them for huge amounts of money, 20 million upwards to over $100 million. But these venture capitalists, they basically control that idea. These people go to them and they, with their expertise, control what's going to happen with this money. Not really up to the whole, it's not really up to the inventor at that point anymore. So those are the 3 big steps in creating a company. We have to remember that idea is trying to satisfy a need or a want. 2 is the action. We have to remember that thorough market research is vital. Number 3, there's more that getting capital. There's more than one way to achieve that. There's not just one way, but 3, even more options for getting money. And that concludes the 3 steps to creating a successful business. I wish you the best in your business endeavors, and good luck with anything in business that goes your way. Have a great one.